Are you trying to get your hands on the brand new cohesive weapon that I probably just butchered the name of horribly though, but are you trying to get your hands on this and you want to know how to farm these and unlock these as quick as humanly possible with, of course, a whole bunch of fixes? Well, today your lucky day, because today I'm going to be showing you how to do this faster than, well, you can, I don't know, hit that subscribe button. So if you find it video helpful, be sure to do that. And of course, before we get into all that, I do want to say, welcome back to your #1 stop for PSO2 New Genesis gameplay, how-tos, and some Weezy candy that we are not sponsored, but it would be nice if we was. And also, I guess, also, all that jazz. And before we hop into all that, I do want to give a very big thank you to everybody that is supporting over on Patreon, Twitch, and here on YouTube by hitting that join button. But we will go more into that in a bit. And for now, let's go ahead and jump into a very special announcement, and then I'm going to show you how to unlock the best weapon inside of a New Genesis as of now in a Stia.
Hello friends, I'm Photon Muku, and I'm here to talk to you about an exciting event taking place in PSO2. The creators of Casta and the members of the Future Photon Band have teamed up to bring you a full day of fun. In order to participate, you'll need to head over to the PSO2 base game. This year's theme for Casta Day is elements. Think earth, wind, fire, water, light, dark. And you've got a rough idea. There's other elements out there too, so be creative. There's a full day schedule of events, which can be found in the Casta Day Discord server in the link provided in the description of this video. At 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the band and I will be holding another in-game concert for the holiday season. Show up in your best elemental-themed Casta outfit. I'll be there as Carbon White Miku, who best embodies a more shocking element. Now, to hear the music to our choreographed dances, you'll also need to join the PSO2 NGS concert Discord. That link is also listed in the description below. These shows can get pretty big. The show will contain intricate choreographed dances, voice acting, and music. In order to hear the show, you'll need to join our Discord server and meet us in the concert hall. The link is in the description. Once you join the Discord server, please read the rules and info section. Alright, that's enough for me. I'll see you all on Casta Day, December 10th. Bye for now.
So when it comes to the new weapon series, you're going to have to, of course, trade in items, since there is no actual way to get this as a weapon drop. So this is very similar to what you have already experienced trying to get your Kaiser, just nowhere near as insane as Kaiser. But nonetheless, we want to go ahead and in any town, we want to head to the recycle shop. Once again, you have to do that. But with the recycle shop, you do have to go to the NPC. You can't do that from inside your shop menu. And of course, you will find it with the green top. So once we go ahead and head on into one of these, you will see a brand new option down here at the bottom with item exchange Stia. So by clicking on it, you can go ahead and check out the new weapon series. This is a 8-star weapon series. And of course, this NPC that you will buy the weapon from will also, of course, sell some augments and some X cubes and other materials as well. So not just weapons here, but the main interest right now is, of course, the weapons itself. So the thing is about the weapon is not only are they 8-star, they will also have affixes on them with level 3 affixing. And of course, when you go to buy them, you will know that you have a few options here. You can go ahead and buy the bait version of the weapon with no augment, no enhancing, no affixing, nothing. You can then also get a level 1 affix and a level 3 affix. But as you probably can always see here, that does require a brand new material called Infernium. I have no idea exactly how to pronounce it, but that material is, of course, picked up in a few ways, which we will go to in a moment. But the biggest thing here is, of course, as you unlock it, it will become harder and harder the higher tier you go, with of course starting at needing 15 of the item, which is not that difficult to get, all things considered. And then 30, and then of course 200 for the final stage of affixing. So to start off here, the weapon series is a level of 62 weapon, and of course it does start off at 520 damage. And of course, at the higher part with part 50, you can go ahead and get it up to 685, which, as you can see, is already a little bit higher than Rugged, since Rugged weapon do peak at 676. So it is roughly, what is that, like 9 or so? Actually, it might be less than that. Either way, whatever the number is, maths. It's early in the morning. I got nothing. Either way, it is better than Rugged, which is like your bet option. We do got another weapon here with the Gun Blaze insert, whatever weapon series, sword, blaze, whatever. But the Gun Blaze series is a whole nother discussion that we will cover in another video. But just know, obviously, this is the battle of all the weapons in the game right now. But when it comes to the weapon we are talking about specifically in this video, it is extremely helpful, because the biggest distance here between this and doing with the gun version is, of course, this is once again farmable to a carrot on a stick meme that is way more reasonable than going for the gun, since as we all know, when it comes to farming in PSO, when it a well drop, kind of know how that go. At least with the weapon series here, you are guaranteed to get it no matter what, long as you have the time. So when it comes to actually farming the new weapon here, there is a few ways to do this. So let's go ahead and talk about the easiest and more than less the fastest way of doing it, which is, of course, we need to go hunt down a very specific group of mobs. So if we go ahead and head on in to, of course, the plant, which you will find right here, and we go ahead and teleport, there is a group of a gigantic that will be patrolling the area that you can go ahead and take part in defeating. You can also find these as well, area 2 as well. Pretty much if you see a group of gigantic, you can farm, but at least on ship 1, the main area that people are farming right now is in the plant. So I do highly recommend checking it out, seeing if that is the location for your ship as well as it is in ship 1. And of course, all you want to do if you want to take part is you want to go ahead, go to a Ruka device, turn on wound with symbol sector rank only, and find you the wound with remote people. As you can see, there are 4 wounds right now that are almost completely full of people farming these. So once you join one of these wounds, you're going to go ahead and start hunting for the gigantic. The gigantic will always spawn roughly in the same area. And of course, you will know they are the gigantics. By of course, up on the left side of the map, you will go ahead and see a brand new purple symbol that will show you which group have spawned at any given time. So we want to go ahead and head on over to where they are, so we can actually take part in the fight. With, for example, you can go ahead and see them right here. So the gigantic themselves, as you can see, is 5 of them, and you're gonna have to kill all 5. And of course, these are a level 74 gigantic. So once again, this is not exactly soloable, and you do need to be a level 70 to, of course, to take part in this, because anything lower than 70, you are, of course, not gonna be doing any damage at all. So once again, this is straight up in-game 100%. So make sure you get to level 70, head to the plant, find your party, and start farming these, because you can get your hands on a decent amount of the crystals. So usually from killing the gigantic, you can get anywhere from about 2 to 4 of these. And of course, from my own experiment and farming these, I was able to get about 34 to 35 of these in roughly about 2-ish hours. So obviously that's gonna take some time, especially if you are going for the 200 variant with the level 3 affix. But with that being said, this is doable. This is like at best maybe, what, 10 hours or so, maybe a little more. but nothing like horribly insane by MMO standards here, and also nowhere near as crazy as the material that you would need it with the Kaiser, especially once you got into the Ancient and the Brazilia. But nonetheless, it will be a little time consuming, especially if you are going for that final tier. But nonetheless, this is so much more doable by fighting the Gigantic. But we do got another way to actually get our hands on it, at least at the time of that video, which is, of course, by coming to the outer area 2. This area is very specific because you can go ahead and find these, but there is a catch though, which is, of course, the material will spawn just like any other mining material, but it will only spawn during weather events. So as you can see, if you go this route, you are tied to RNG, and you are also tied to a very specific amount of time to get your hands on this. So once again, it's not like the best way to farm it, but this is a option if you are sick and tired, or maybe you just don't feel like dealing with, of course, hitting up the Gigantics. But there is one more way for you to get your hands on the items, which is, of course, by collecting, of course, food. But once again, before we get into that though, if you need to know where it is, the outer area 2 is right here on the map on the left side of Stia. So let's go ahead, head back to town, and let's go ahead and discuss the food situation when it comes to unlocking this item. And then we will require you to head on back to the item recycle shop here. Once again, we're going to talk to the item lady, and we want to go down to the very bottom to item exchange, and then at the very bottom of the list, you will find the material here. So the thing is about it, there is a couple things tied to that, which is, of course, if we look at that one here, is, of course, if you have already unlocked the very fourth variant, the one that is plain with nothing on it, and you want to trade it in to get a decent weapon, congratulations, you can. You can go ahead, trade it in, and you will receive your 15 items or the mining material back into your inventory so you can buy a new weapon. But if you start getting into, of course, the 30 and the 200 version, the one with affixing, that is, you're going to be losing the majority of the ones you have used. So ideally, if you got them unlocked, it's better to just not deal with that. But it is an option if you do have the regular edition and you want to try another weapon. But as far as like getting these items as totally new, you will go ahead and will need to trade in a few of the item for cooking, which is mainly the mushroom, the crab, having a cobra, I guess is how I pronounce, which is item you can go ahead find scattered all across Stia. So of course they will be found either by the ocean, on trees, on the ground. They are pretty much everywhere in every zone. So ideally, if you are doing a lot of boring out in the field, make sure you collect all the food sources as you can. And of course, once you actually have the items, you can go ahead and trade them to the NPC to receive one of the mining material. And of course, you will need 2 mushroom, 2 crabs, and 5 of the cambola. And of course, if you do have them already, you will go ahead and find them here in your material storage or under your material tab in your inventory or any other, inventory space you might have. And of course, here exactly what each of these look like. So you can go ahead, trade these in, and get your hand on one of these materials as well. So at that point, you got a couple ways. You can mine it. Technically, if you tie to weather effect, you can, of course, trade it in for food. Or you can just go ahead and mine the new gigantic groups that are all around Stia. And there is how you can farm the new 8 stars weapon. And hopefully you have found that video helpful. If so, make sure you do thumbs up, subscribe, hit all the bells below to keep up with everything PSO related, from how-to guides to news and everything in between. And of course, once again, a giant thank you to everybody that is supporting over on Twitch, Patreon, and of course by hitting that join button here on YouTube. Links in the description if you want support on any of them platform and get you a whole bunch of goodies. So big thank you to everybody that doing it for the last bit of the month here for November as we are preparing to update our overlay stuff. So thank you, my dudes. And also, I do want to give a giant thank you to 1K for supporting over on the Luna tier. Thank you, my dude, and Luna, appreciate it. And of course, with that, I'm going to go ahead and do it for me. But I will see you in the comments.